I knew this was going to be a hard game. Happy with how we protected our home court in the second half. I continue to be unhappy with our perimeter defense. Our perimeter defense is not any good. We don't put up any fight in our man-to-man. And, you know, I knew we had to play some zone today because of the matchups and because they got a bunch of real good old guys that are dribble drive guys. But for us to not even provide any resistance, we had to learn a lesson. So I left us out there to make sure we get enough minutes on film so I can show these guys, and then they got to make the decision on whether or not they want to grow as individuals so our team can grow because of their collective efforts. And but with that said, happy the way we came out the second half. Our offense is not bad. I continue to say that. Our defense continues to be a concern.
Frank, could you just talk about Jalen Shaw? I mean, he played 4 minutes in the previous 3. He scores 16 today. What did you see from him on the recruiting trail to get him here? And then what was he doing today that was just working?
Yeah, Jalen was pretty good for the first couple weeks, first month in practice. I shouldn't say first month. For the first month in individuals, first couple weeks of practice. And then, you know, he had a family situation. And which, whenever he speaks to the media, you can ask him about it. He chooses to share that with you, and it hurt him. And he was a little. I don't want to use the word disinterested, but he's a young kid. It affected him. But somehow here over the last 6-7 days, he's starting to really come, and he had 3 unbelievable days of practice. See, all I can ever ask is for players to go out on the court and do what they're asked to do, and then listen. And then go out there and compete their tails off. Try your rear end off. And he's done that for 3 days. And when they do that, it's my duty to play them. You know, how do you ask somebody to do their job and they do it and then you don't reward them? And he's done it. So he deserved the right to go on the court. And then, you know, he missed that first look, but it was there. And then when I saw him take the second one with the confidence like, hey, I've been doing this all year, kind of let me know this kid's not scared of the moment. And then our guys found him, and he did a great job of playing. The thing I was proudest of him, he made some defensive mistakes like you expect him to make because he's so young, but he was pretty solid on defense too, and that's where he's grown the most.
You talked about it a little bit, but talk about, you know, with a young and maturing team overcoming the second. I mean, you know, in the second half, coming over a deficit at the halftime break.
Well, you know, at halftime, you know, Demetrius Henry and I had a conversation after about 8 people. I was like the 8th person in line to have this conversation with him. He had 0 defensive rebounds, 0 blocks, 0 defensive rebounds. So by the time I got to him, he was exhausted of listening to people tell him the same thing. Well, you know, he could have gone out and pouted, complained, rolled his eyes. Instead, he went out there and grabbed 5 rebounds in the second half. If he would have done the same in the first half, he has a double-double, and everyone's saying what a great game he had. And we probably do a better job. But it's Jalen, Demetrius, you know, Senderis didn't play well. Senderis, he rolled an ankle. I don't even remember what day. It's been so long. I feel like a football coach. I don't know how they remember anything with so many days between games. Wednesday, I want to say, rolled an ankle, and we held him out of practice. No, rolled it on Thursday, and we held him out Friday and Saturday. But, you know, he tried. It's not like he didn't try. That's why you got to practice. Especially, see, when you're a junior and senior and you've played 100 games, you can miss practice and be ready to understand the game through your mind because you've done it so many times. He's not there yet. He's not there yet, so he rushed that timing you got to have. He rushed it, which is what young kids do.
Kind of building on that, you guys had 19 assists. Ty had 7. Can you just talk about the ball movement and what you thought about, especially some of the pick and rolls he had with both Mendogas and Demetrius down the stretch?
Yeah, our ball movement at Clemson stunk. And since our defense is not any good right now, we had no chance to win. We played better offense today. We moved better. The ball moved. The ball and players have to move. If players don't move, the ball don't move. Well, our players off the ball today screened and moved. which allows them the ball to move. Guys caught the ball and didn't hold it. They were ready for that next play, that next sequence. And